I entered the postseason like a lot of Dodger fans that I know with not much excitement. I talked to a ton of Dodger fans, and it seemed like the unanimous feeling going into the postseason was, we just don't have enough firepower to win. We just don't. Yay, we're here. We might win a couple of games. But do you think we're really going to beat the Cardinals? Do you think we're really going to beat them? Because they're the ones that knocked us out, I believe, the last two games, the last 2 years. And it's like deja vu all over again. Tonight, the Dodgers lost the National League Division Series, game number 1, to the Mets. We lost by a score of 3-1. Hats off to the Mets' Jacob deGrom, who basically tied Tom Seaver's record for the most strikeouts. 1973 is when Tom Seaver, I believe, he struck out 13 strikeouts, 7 shutout innings, tying him with Tom Seaver for the National League Division Series Game 1, 1973. Hats off to you, man. Good job. But this guy, who's relatively unknown, was going against our Cy Young Award winner. Our Cy Young Award winner has got some postseason problems, okay? I'm going to go back. I don't think he's won in the postseason. And the last 2 seasons, he had lost the deciding game that basically knocked us out of the playoffs. And, Dodger fans, that just might happen again this year. All right? First of all, let's kind of go back. I'll tell you a little about I'll talk a few more about that in a minute. All right. Here's the deal. For the last 3 years, I've been telling Dodger fans, front office, everybody, guys, this is what our team is like. Our pitching is it's similar to a nice car with 2 front tires that are brand new. Lots of tread, good grip, they're high performance tires. Those tires are called Zach Greinke and Clayton Kershaw. Now, basically what we have is we had a kind of good third tire, and that was Ryu. And I kept saying, man, if Ryu goes, we're in trouble. We're going to need a good, strong third tire, a good, strong starting pitcher. For 3 years, the Dodgers haven't done anything. We haven't even shored up our bullpen. And that was the other thing, too. Well, if you can't get a good starting pitcher, then shore up the bullpen. Our bullpen stinks. And that was evident tonight. Kershaw goes to the 7th inning, walks, the bases loaded. They yank him. I think they yanked him 2 batters too late. And I posted this on Twitter. In the famous words of Han Solo, I have a bad feeling about this. And as I was listening to it on the radio, because I had to go around the corner and take care of some business in the party, what did I hear? He gave up a single, 2 runs. Okay, well, that pretty much killed it. We finally scored a run later, and then we lost 3-1. Bullpen, one more time. Kershaw loses in the postseason one more time. Now, this is what I was talking about when I said Clayton Kershaw could be set up. I mean, it's setting things up. The scenario is being set up for him to play and to lose the deciding game. And it goes a little something like this. And it goes a little something like this. Dodgers lost. We're 0-1. Greinke is going to be lights out tomorrow. We will win. We will be Mets, Dodgers. Then apparently this Anderson guy, who we know, I mean, he hasn't been that strong, he's going to pitch Game 3 in New York. If he does well, then that's going to take the pressure off of Clayton Kershaw. If he loses, then it's going to be Dodgers 1 game. The Mets will have won 2 games, and it'll be 2-1. Then, Game 4, Clayton Kershaw will be on the mound. If he loses that game, the season's over. The Dodger season's over. That's what's going to happen if Anderson cannot win that game. Okay, if Greinke wins Game 2 and Anderson loses Game 3, then Kershaw will pitch Game 4 with us being down 2-1. And if he loses, I don't know if he can come back psychologically. I love Clayton Kershaw. He's a great pitcher. I respect him. But that means this is going to be like the third or fourth time where this guy just gets rocked in the playoffs. I don't know what to do. Am I excited for the World Series? Yes. I would very much love to see the Dodgers play. But when I see how things are laid out on paper, oh my goodness, we scored 1 run? Why did we score 1 run? I'll tell you why. Because we got rid of Hanley Ramirez and D. Gordon, who basically broke Honus Wagner's record from in like 1908 for, I think, batting averages and runs scored, I think, something like that. Here's a guy breaking records in Florida when he should be playing for us. Can you imagine Seager and Gordon in the infield? But no, who do we have? Aging. Well, Corey Seager, I mean, he's coming along, but he doesn't have that much experience. It's like, and I'm tired of being, we're rebuilding. You know, we have been rebuilding since Eric Gagne was pitching. We have been rebuilding since 2003, 2004. We've been rebuilding for the last 11 to 12 years. Guys, we haven't won a World Series since 1988. All right? My daughter was October, November, December, 3 months away from being born. She's 26 years old. We're going to go almost 3 decades without going into the World Series. We have been, go ahead and say it, a quarter of a century away, literally a quarter of a century from winning a World Series. I can't believe it. And I just sit here and, you know, and then the Cubs. I was excited the Cubs are in. I'm going to tell you what I don't want to see. I don't want to see the Cardinals in the World Series again. Whoever the Cardinals play, I will be rooting for the other team. Okay? I don't want to see Kansas City and St. Louis. Oh, hey, we're a Missouri World Series. Yay. Right? Smack dab in the middle of the country. I don't want to see that. If that's the case, I'll be rooting for Kansas City to be St. Louis. Texas is finally showing some firepower. These guys were asleep most of the season. They come back. They've passed the Angels and the Astros, who just kind of laid over it and died. That would be interesting. I'm going to tell you the World Series that I would love to see. Chicago Cubs and the Houston Astros going 7 games. That would be one for the ages because these guys don't even know how to spell World Series.